I appreciate meeting with you today about college planning. Very consequential decision because you might be investing the student over 7,000 hours of lecture and study and consequently $100,000 to $250,000 of lost wages and tuition to get an undergrad degree. College planning could be divided into, let's say, 3 reinforcing areas. Number 1, late-stage college planning, where you've assembled an impressive resume to make the best oral and written presentation to admissions officers so that you get a good offer from the best fit colleges that include not only admissions but the best possible financing and scholarship offers. Secondly, saving optimally for college. You can actually accomplish more than one goal in the same effort as saving money, and it's more than just about the money. Thirdly, you have, under the umbrella of advanced college planning, a new and bold commitment to best of the best learning and education and a vision for the best of a classic liberal arts education, that when you do that, you're going to be a better engineer, IT, accounting, law, or medicine professional. So they all work together. The best practices in late-stage college planning are, and the details for implementation of them are linked to our companion website in the lower middle of our home page. But very importantly, when you get a good offer from a best fit college, we can take advantage of our 20,000 students we've helped in the past, familiarity with a lot of colleges over the years, and have an idea of how we can advise you on the how, when, or if to make an appeal to get a better offer than the initial one and maybe save you thousands of dollars. Also, there's good career planning options where even if a student is very certain about his major for the future, career assessments in the best way can solidify that decision and help with inefficiencies in the future when they get to college. Also, best practices for SAT and ACT test preparation can help channel your energy to learn based on your weaknesses and more efficiently use your time. Also, FAFSA and CSS filling out forms can save you time. You can maximize financial aid through asset positioning, financial and tax planning, timing of income, and so on. But even if you maximize financial aid, it boils down to building that impressive resume, because no matter what your financial aid calculations look like, the university that sees potential in a student, wisdom beyond their years, a vision for excellence in education to make the college look good, because as a graduate you'll earn a lot of money, donate as an alumni, and being a pillar in the community, you will make the college look good. So building that resume is very, very important. How does that relate to saving for college? Well, some of the mutual fund insurance companies are partners, for example, with a National Association of Private Colleges that recognize that when the student, through summer job earnings and the family money, is saved year by year, that demonstrates a wisdom, a commitment, a maturity that they like to see in students. And in a formal sense, they'll award that commitment to saving year by year. They will award scholarship credits year by year as you save year by year. You will build up a lot of scholarship credits over time, and that will make for a compelling presentation to the college and maximize your scholarship offers. Even colleges that are not an association member will recognize that maturity and commitment, and your ability to cast aside instant pleasure, money you could have spent on the fine things of life. Your commitment to save for the future speaks of your character. Thirdly, advanced college planning entails, again, the best of the best in learning in a liberal arts education. Professor Robert George at Princeton, he emphasized that done right, a liberal arts education helps channel the students' passions in productive ways so that they are especially mature. Also, Albert Einstein in 1952 said that if a brilliant physicist does not have a grounding in civic virtue, they're a, quote, well-trained dog, a cog in a wheel. So, with the broad understanding of the world around you, an intimate knowledge of the heroes of history, they will be your exemplars, your role models, so that when you have an existential challenge in your project team as an engineer, you'll have the wisdom and maturity to know that no matter how bad your challenge is, heroes of the past had far worse and they overcame them, and that's a good example. You'll also be a leader when you have to convince non-technical people that have the money to fund your engineering project, and you can use metaphors and analogies and speak well in front of them and justify your project. So there's a lot of reasons that you could do well in building on the synergy of liberal arts along with the excellence in your technical major. Also, when you study the best of the best as a K through 12 student, you'll have the motivation to study more intensely than ever before and love learning. For example, if you went to a doctor and the doctor said, "You have a major health problem. We have to operate right now. You're stressed out. You want a second opinion." So you go to another doctor and that doctor says the cure could be worse than the disease. You don't want to operate. Experts differ. It's a controversy in your mind. The stakes are high. You're going to pace the floor at 3 a.m. in the morning mastering that topic of your disease. You're going to be an expert on it because the stakes are high. It's a life and death situation. You can take the similar intensity to learning the best of the best. For example, we give you a lot of examples on the website of controversial but important topics that you could choose to report on when you have latitude in choosing a topic in, for instance, essays, book reports, term papers. Don't waste your time on other than the best of the best. For example, after 9/11, the Afghan war started. Thousands of refugees fled the villages and were starving. We engineered a brilliant move with C-17 transports to have parachute-less food and water drops that saved their lives. This was designed in part by Dr. Bill Wattenberg of California, a physicist. And a few years down the road, when the Haiti earthquake happened, we also had thousands of refugees desperately needing food and water. Those instant food and water drops did not occur in Haiti for a number of disappointing reasons that outraged Dr. Wattenberg. Why did this happen? It's not been well disseminated. On your report topic, you can report using your quantitative skills in physics along with public policy or history to understand what the heck happened there. This is important just like with your doctor. It's a life and death issue. It's got to be right because if the inevitable disaster occurs in the future, we need to learn from our mistakes because, again, lives will literally be at stake at that time. So, as a student, you're saying, I want to report this information to the students in class. The teacher says, that's not required, but you say, look at this important information. People need to know this, but I'm nervous reporting in front of a class, you say as a student. No matter, necessity is the mother of invention, so we suggest ways that you can literally speak in front of thousands of people to practice. Mess up. Do it incorrectly. Embarrass yourself, but get it right gradually, and then at some point you'll be comfortable speaking in front of a group of people. The stakes are that high, and you'll toughen yourself up for college, because college is a very, very stark contrast in what you've been used to, a culture shock, if you will. You'll be with demanding professors, living in arrangements you've never before lived in. Toughen yourself up for the future. Bear in mind that the Intercollegiate Studies Institute has reported in major studies that even elite college students do not know critical information about history, political science, and economics. Other organizations, the American Council of Trustees and Alumni, National Association of Scholars, the Pope Institute for Higher Ed Policy, the FIRE.org, they've all reported about major problems and challenges in education in the colleges where you have brilliant, visionary, life-changing professors you can study under. But other classes are mediocre and even worse where there is bias and bad scholarship that can lure in teenagers that are new out of home with very, very persuasive arguments that are ultimately not very good. So be a leader by understanding the liberal arts, understand fallacies and ways in propagandizing so you won't be taken in and you'll be a leader in college for other people as an example. So major organizations have spent a lot of time not only in identifying problems but in visionary, really great stuff you can study as a counteraction for that. So taken together, all of these components of college planning are very, very important, and they ultimately lead to financially being prepared so you don't have to make concessions to get the best possible education because of financial constraints. You'll build your resume with very, very good experience, and the admissions advisors may react when you summarize your brilliant experiences and your summer job experience that we have here to give you the maximum opportunity for great stories of your learning and training. The admissions advisor would say, my heavens, I didn't know that fact, young man or young lady, and I didn't approach it from quite that angle or perspective. Thank you for sharing that with me. You'll have the opportunity to do that if you study the best of the best. And then you could say, I am eager to get in college because the findings that I discovered in reporting on that very, very important topic, some issues were left unresolved. I want to build on that training in college, just like I would build on calculus in high school. I take advanced calculus in college. You can be enthusiastic and visionary and get into and get the most out of choosing the best courses in college and not the mediocre. We can direct your attention to the best things on our website that might be some technical stuff. Let us give you the executive summary in a matter of minutes and channel our discussion on the things that are most important to you. So we'll be in touch, and thanks for your time.